What's up, everybody? Good morning. You ready to roll? What's up, Zoom? What's up, YouTube? What's up, you guys? How's it going? Obligatory. Fix my hair a little bit before every stream. Yeah, doing. All right, hold on one second. Good morning, fellow warriors. May today be victorious. Today was kind of an interesting day, wasn't it? Hey, what's up? What's up? Just in case you forgot the mute button, Matt, disregard. Oh, hey. What's up? What's up? All right. We got to go on here today. Let's get our levels up. Market's opening about 12 minutes. We're here a little earlier than normal. Actually, we're always here early, usually, but we've been late a lot lately, so that's kind of where it's been. Late isn't showing up right before the market opens. Low SPY high 55, 53. These are the dynamic levels from the Discord. Oh, they're both right there. 528. Looking at that bull structure, that yellow line break yesterday was pretty significant. Days like this, a lot of times, if a day like this continues to hold, we're trickling up for a week. We did have a week-ish bull kind of wave that we saw in liquidity on monthly maps. Lasts about a week. So we get back to being bearish after that. But also, if it does sell, it'll sell really hard in a day or two. So a lot of times these last up days on an event can immediately reverse within 2 days. So it can go either way. Like, I'm not sitting here saying, okay, this is the bull reversal, the big ups. You're going to take everything one day at a time. It's likely the bull reversal. So we'll have to see when we get there. 223.50, 223.50. This level is 120.75. It could be. Now again, we've got monthly head pressure, so any retracement down inside of there is likely. Right about this area to the support. Did I trade the overnight? Yes, I didn't trade overnight. I usually don't try to trade overnight. So right, coming in at 2.5 on the CPI year over year is not a bad start to the countdown of when we get rate cuts. That's for dang sure. CPI is what came out this morning. Take a look at the year over year and the month over month. Just quickly, market opens in like 10 minutes. Initial jobless. Check out the core. Just year over year, this one. Budget balance is also important, and continuing. Okay, a lot of data to take a look at today. Continuing jobless claims still sitting right at this level. This is pretty average and normal, although it's been trending up since post-COVID hiring spree. It's not alarmingly changing to a degree that's scary. The initial jobless claims is like your layoff indicator, nothing above the ordinary 220s, average normal range, a good bull market. PPI year over year, right at about 2.5%. The price is sold by producers, excluding food and energy. This is not core. I would say this is core. So core is 2.5. Sorry, I thought I was on the wrong one. PPI year over year is 1.7. I was like, yeah, 2.5 is a little high for that. 1.7. Manufacturer side price index. 1.7, 1.8 forecast a slight beat. It is trending down. Inflation's coming down. This is the Fed's soft landing. They haven't done anything, and yet the economy, inflation's repairing itself. The thing I've been saying for years, inflation will repair itself once the jobs market becomes healthy and stable, and commerce picks up post-COVID. Take about 3 or 4 years to happen. Okay. Government spending index. Nothing out of the ordinary there. So this kind of range right here, about 200,000 give or take, is pretty much normal on the layoff world per Thursday. Data points come out once a week. So yeah, it's a pretty normal Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, you guys? What's up? Don't forget to hit that like button on YouTube. Said we could get a face ripper. Yeah. We could. Yeah, yesterday I did say that. We had an interesting kind of chain of events yesterday. Yesterday, CPI came out on its way down, right? CPI is just showing health, right? Healthier economy. Positions are still a little wonky, especially in Qs. We'll talk about that when the market opens. We had a quick dip, quick rally, major sell-off, and then a major rally, all in the same moment of time. This was unusual. And these little event days, you have to be very careful because that kind of stuff happens. It's just not, it's random and it's noisy, and you can get caught off guard pretty bad. I got that first leg down on that short. So you're gonna wake up today to see if we're below monthly hedge pressure or not. That's kind of like the big one for the day. QQQ went 2x over its average daily move. Yeah, that's just a major squeeze. That's not a normal. That's not a normal move. Like people were looking to buy a dip or to cover shorts mostly on those dips, and they got it. Right? CPI is coming in good, which hints that the Fed is likely going to cut rates faster, which is what they've been saying they were going to do, waiting for inflation to come down. You know, yesterday was a big jump in the number, so assuming there's no correction to it, you know, we're on the right path. Awesome. So, by the way, you guys, YouTube is now delayed 30 seconds, I think. Zoom is real time. Give you guys a reason to go to the Zoom. You're not playing the music in Zoom. How's it random? It's manipulation. No. When you say random, that's kind of the entire stock market is random at all times. Like the market is basically what they call Brownian motion. What humans do in the stock market, buying and selling. The buying and selling is all random. The movement direction is random because everybody on a big event day is waiting to pull their big move, whether it's to take profit, to get into a trade, whatever. An event creates volatility. So if you've been wanting to buy and you're like, okay, I'm gonna wait for CPI to come out. I'm gonna dip, so I'm gonna buy. Then we would have no visibility of that, right? As traders, somebody's waiting on the sidelines to do something. The CPI comes out. Some people are like, I'm going to sell for whatever reason. And the fact that everybody's waiting to do something and do some big thing, then the market is just bombarded one side or the other. Now, it could be some manipulation, like to squeeze options worthless and things like that. But in reality, it's just the normal behavior of humans. Yeah. Good question. Yeah, not playing music in Zoom. Music is a trick in the streaming world to let you think something's happening. Like, if I'm just sitting there not doing anything, and you get there and it's quiet, they call it like dead air, right? And people get uncomfortable when there's dead air. That's the whole thing. So you have to have something going on. Dude, I have like crazy bedhead today. All right, let's get right up to the futures. Right out the door, we are sitting at let me look at my stuff here. It's the wrong chart. Ugh. The market's opening in 1 minute. I swear, every day I mute that and Thinkorswim. Oh, they did the wrong thing. That's why. There it is. Okay, down. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, right out the door, hitting that hedge pressure on 5553 S&P. Let's get those liquidity maps to come through. Okay, let's see what we got. All right, so here we go. S&P right out the door. Take a look at liquidity map. We've got bull zone bounce right here, about that 550 level today. I do like that. We are inside it. That can't be right. Don't listen to that. Okay, that's more like it. That looks weird. Okay, bull zone bounce here. Hedge pressure bounce there. Interesting. I like that. Resilience is positive. We're going to support the gap. If it's not, we're going to kind of pull back. Looks like positive here. Support here. Res greater than 0 support right there. 552.5 dip for today. Let's do QQQ really quick. So this is a buy the dip down at hedge pressure in a bull zone. So same thing, QQQ bull zone support right here. Always like trick along with that guy. 466 on the Q side. Resilience is positive. So yeah, it's a support here. I'm going to buy the dip. You guys know how I like to trade this one. Basic resilience is pretty bad. So SPY, 552.5. Okay, so looking for QQQ and SPY to move right down to bull zone today. Just for today. Resilience is positive enough to not chase a short either. So on the scalper here, I'm just looking for today's action to look just like this. A small trade I usually do like that. So small here, usually a move. If there is some kind of pullback, that's where support is. Good support here, DD94, yeah. Nice and strong right here. So no reversal, no sell off today. Breaking 551 would be unusual. So 551 low of the day for SPY. VIX, one of the issues is VIX does have a bullish liquidity map, so we're gonna wait for a dip to buy. He's pretty hot today. Good morning, Puerto Rico. What's up, Ben? My voice is soft. Mic is low. Hold on. Let me test this out. People have been telling me that lately. Check, 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 check. Mic is low. Let me turn up a little bit. Is that better? A little bit better. Okay. VIX itself, more of like a bullish liquidity map. Nothing too crazy here on VIX. No bounce points, so we might have just like a nice, clean, continual move from yesterday. So no action from here. I don't usually act from here after a big move like we had yesterday. I'm gonna wait for these are the particular plays I'm gonna look for today. If I were to play SPY long today off the dip using options, if you're just trying to day trade, 0 days aren't a terrible idea as long as you just limit your risk. But knowing that you don't get an exit if you're wrong. So if you're wrong by the end of the day, I mean, a 0 day can be exited just like any other option. It's just if you keep it for at least till the end of the day, it's going to show up worthless. So what it is you fix your percent loss off of that. Right? If you're like, I have 100K in my account, I want to lose 1% of the account, so don't invest more than 1,000, because if you 0-day blows up and it's worthless, then you only lost $1,000, right? So you can fix your loss with the 0-day, which is nice. A little more expensive to buy options a day out. That's why 0-days are fun for day trading. A lot of people love using them. Platform disconnected. Oh, thanks for letting me know. So when you're day trading, it's not going to really matter. It's going to minute differences if you're trying to get in and get out of a trade. If you do today's option, tomorrow's option, data is going to burn a little harder on today's option and tomorrow's option, but in shorter periods of time, the trade-off is the 0-day will get more of a gain if you're right than the extra day would. So the trick with options is the longer out you are, the less you're going to make on the move per dollar in profit, but the longer you get for that trade to take off in return. So the 0-day is where you get the big ass profit, but you lose everything if you're wrong. So the trade-off is in there. Resilience is negative. Good. Get that little tiny little pull back there. I like what I see. QQ. Do like that negative resilience. Can't argue with that. It does mean we likely can get a pullback. So with resilience being negative, look for this to pull back just a little bit. We'd like to see whatever's up here turn around with res less than 0. We know how that works. Resistance is today. I'm trying to see if we have anything. It's flip-flopping around, so I want to see a dip to buy. That's definitely for sure. Not doing anything just yet. S&P resilience is negative. Means the stocks are filling their gaps this way. So, question is, so I'm going to grab long and futures when I get that. With QQQ. 9. So maybe see if we get a little bit of a pullback here. This little trickle around right here, not really much of a trade to take. This is always, I'll wait for this. Sometimes it could take a small long off the open. Take a look at our alerts here today. Nothing irrational. So resilience is going to lead the way, right? This is what you're going to watch right now, just like a hawk. Resilience 1.4. Nasdaq is strong. S&P is strong. They're both strong. So it doesn't look like we're going to get any selling pressure today. This might just continue to move up from here. So we'll see. Only if it's less than 0 do we pull back. So this could be just a trickle higher. I don't have any evidence that we're going to sell off today. Okay, so probably sell off within 3 days, I would say, with the strong numbers we have today, or retreat, or at least trying to retrace at least 3 days out. Let me do my Nasdaq here. I'm gonna do a quick impact line, like from yesterday. I thought I did them, but maybe I didn't do them. I just wonder that I did this. Nasdaq being the problem child, it's gonna be the one that's gonna hit its first. An eval pass this morning? Oh, good job, good job. Love hearing you guys' success stories. Okay, so red line today. No trades for me just yet. It's gonna be oh, I did it in SB. Okay, so 460. Get on SPY QQ. So we're talking about 460. Retake. Okay, I'm looking for that level. Tuesday. Okay. Oh, SPY resilience is going nasty today at 22. All right, so we look like we will get like a little bit of a pullback possibility. SPY res is just kind of dumping today, so we might actually get down to that bull zone tap. You guys know the rules here. Wait, mic is super low. You guys can hear me? Hold on. I can hear myself really quick. Hello, just. You sure the mic is low? It's like loud in my headphones. They're really loud. Oh, mic is great. They need Zoom. Oh, that's probably what it is. Everyone in Zoom is saying the mic is great. Hmm. VXY's in MHP, so this is going to be a breakout point. So yeah, some likely pulling back a little bit today. S&P resilience is just the telltale sign. Resilience is less than 0, so we're going to drop down to hedge pressure. Right there is not a terrible. Just be aware of that. A little bit of that retracement off of yesterday's move. So like I drew this morning, right before the market moved, up and then back down. So we're looking at that there. Everybody in YouTube, don't forget to hit that like button, you guys. Hit that like button. We're going to do this. Hit the like button. We delayed the stream 30 seconds. If we don't get 50% thumbs up every morning from viewer base, we'll change delay plus 30 more seconds per week. I'm going to do it. I have to do this. All right. I love you guys. But we got to get the algo working in our favor. All right. So there's that pullback right here. Hedge pressure 552.5. Nasdaq doesn't have hedge pressure, just has a 466 tap. A day like this doesn't usually reverse and sell off. So a day like this, whatever volatility or moves you do get likely will test. So anything today is like, oops, I can draw here. Like, it's a very possible thing for today. Still super low? That's so weird. I can't explain it. Hold on. Let me hear myself on YouTube. Yeah, we'll do monthly apps in just a second. Everybody saying the mic is low. I don't like that. Let me fix this really quick. How do I even go to my own channel here? Okay, come on, YouTube. Why are you frozen? Okay, come on, YouTube. All right, test. We'll see what it sounds like here. Listening to my own voice here. You think I sound fine? Bounce of MHP on SPY at res was negative. Can you go over that? Why MHP held? Because in in any given time, you guys need to come to the Zoom calls. TRS, we explain this all day long. There's a whole... Oh, I sound great on YouTube when I talk into the mic. Just when I talk into the mic. Okay. So the reasoning behind that has everything to do with while resilience is a tiebreaker at that level, it doesn't mean that the index has to move second. If the index moves first, it can still break on its own accord. Yeah, it's a little better when I talk directly into it. I need to change the angle here. We're in that hedge pressure on S&P really quick. That's the first tap. SPY. You guys got to come to the Zoom calls. There's a whole new series. So all the old videos you guys have watched like lately, from the original lesson plan, are all outdated. The new lessons that I teach, not outdated, but like they've been revised with new discoveries since then, new probabilities, new trade setups, new observations. There's like 30 new things already. We're only on day 7 or 8 of the classes. We're doing 20 days of new classes. It's like the lessons from 2022, which is the videos there now, are completely becoming overhauled. You guys have to go to the Zoom calls. You have to. It's the only way I'm going to teach you. I'm not going to teach you guys here on YouTube anymore, unfortunately. YouTube is just more for trading. So Zoom calls, $20. We discontinued that price. We told you guys, but since I haven't seen you around like about a week or so, go to the rocketsuiter.com/Matt and then get the Zoom call. We had a video on it yesterday. It's an amazing video. Yesterday's video was monthly hedge pressure. The whole thing was covering it. It's really worth your time. So unfortunately, the new format of the stream is I'm no longer teaching on YouTube. So YouTube is going to turn into a stock market and trading themed show, but it's no longer Matt teaching. You guys got to go get the packages. You want to learn the stuff. I've been teaching for free for like 8 years on YouTube, so no more teaching, unfortunately. We just got to focus on trading. If you have questions, though, in Zoom, I'll answer your questions in Zoom. There's that push right here. I'd like to see a bigger retracement over the next 4 days. So typically you're going to see 3 to 4 days of retracement if there is one. If there is one, it usually on day 3 or day 4. If it's going to retrace like at least half of this move. So typically big moves, I like to trade internal to that. So let's look and see where we got. So yesterday's monthly hedge pressure bounce with negative resilience was completely discussed in the Zoom call. There's a whole reason why that happened. So S&P still has a little bit of bear zone, but it's starting to clear up a little bit. The bull zone is strong. Bear zone is weak. So again, as we talked before, we have one bull. We said this one yesterday on the stream, one bull wave. And then the market gets a little testy. It's volatile here. Volatile with illiquidity pockets. No, it's less brutal as it was yesterday's reading, but it's still at another week of volatility. So we're not done having this market see some badness. There's really no strength here. This is bearishness. This is market sell-off. It's very easy to see the inflection point. Here has like a wave like this and a wave like that. It's bull week, a volatile week, and then we're back to selling through October. So October is very dirty. It does not look clean. When both of these are sloping up like this, it's not a clean setup. Yeah. So the market's gonna have a hard time selling off today. No crash or reversal for today. So keep that in mind. Nasdaq, as of yesterday, is starting to really clean up. Nasdaq is looking kind of sexy for the next week and a half. Like the alarms are kind of gone. The illiquidity, possible volatility, Nasdaq on the brink of collapse is starting to disintegrate a little bit, at least here. But again, it gets back to like possible volatility here and here. So bears are liquidating, bulls are liquidating. It's just going to be volatile and thin. So the market is going to have a hard time finding a bid and rallying fast. Any selling can bring it down, but it's actually looking a lot better today than it was yesterday. So strong bullish week, possible volatility around expiration, and then October again, it's just looking a little volatile for the rest of it. Yeah. Let's see what IBM's looking like. Sort of flat. Nothing good here. Flat, but interestingly enough, we still have some bear pockets here, so it's gonna probably not do much. Doesn't look like IDM is gonna pick up any steam, but we have to see the other indices typically move first, right? Whale, that's crazy. Nvidia, let's see what we got, the big stuff. Bullish week Nvidia. Look at the tech. Tech has been tech has been good for the last. Nothing for Google. Apple, same thing, bullish-ish week, but back to being volatile. It's like this market, whatever bullishness it has is only lasting for a week. A lot of these things are looking the same. They look good, like a good little recovery week off of that CPI stuff. But yeah, like, oh yeah, Google, like especially Google is just looking like garbage. Look at this. It's completely volatile. Like Google is very unforgiving. So a lot of the tech stocks still have that kind of nastiness to it. Let's actually take a look at Google's liquidity map. To BLD and below the hedge pressure side. So Google interacting with there will match some of that slight pullback we've been seeing. But typically these hold. So like I'm not expecting today's market to sell off yesterday's move. That would be a little unusual for such a big solid move to immediately turn around. So today I don't think it's a big reversal day. I think the market's gonna spend a day or two figuring out what happened yesterday. You know, put some shorts into like 3-day margin calls. Usually by the third day, you typically get that pop and drop if it is gonna retrace at least half. So. And you missed the MHP reversal yesterday. Didn't set alarm. Not enough sleep, dude. Wisdom King. Yeah, you would have. Yesterday was candy. MHP is always a reversal. Like that's the bet. It doesn't always it doesn't always reverse, but it's always the bet I make. I never bet the MHP breaks. I always bet that it reverses. Both sides. No entry points yet on the future side. There's really nothing. Market's looking a little prime for some selling today. The S&P especially is looking a little weak. On the future side, we do have support down inside of here. We have DD float off of here. So it looks like with negative resilience, we're back down to here. Which kind of like matches right here. Give or take. So with negative res, we're going to be below half gap today. So the market's going to try to be down here. And again, res is just completely pulling back. Nasdaq is actually strong of all things, and the Nasdaq strong in the S&P weak. Typically, S&P usually wins that fight. Nasdaq is positive, barely positive. S&P's negative. So it's going to have a hard time selling because everybody's looking for, okay, is this the bull reversal? So the market's likely to continue to go higher as long as one of those two resiliences are positive. It's going to struggle to pull back. So today's not the day we sell off. I don't feel. When Nasdaq and S&P disagree, divergence is active. The S&P usually wins the fight. So a nice little pullback would be good. Did you say yesterday was what? Where did my chat go? Yesterday was entirely unusual. Yesterday was very unusual. But it's an event day, right? CPI and events like that can cause this random movement. Market fell to MHP. MHP bounced as expected. That's basically what happened. You don't ever bet that MHP breaks, even if resilience disagrees with it. We have the whole lesson about it. You just bet differently. Monthly hedge push is one of the strongest brick walls that we've got. Yesterday was unusual, but not unpredictable. It was random which way it went up or down, but the pivots, man, were solid. Yesterday was a good example. So we did the MHP class yesterday. Great example of that. Today, this one. Let me get that pullback to a little tiny pullback today. Maybe. Raz is less than 0, so whatever it does here, whether it tries to pop right there or not, it's going to be fighting. I'd love to buy off of these dips here. I'm just going to wait till I get it. VIX is hitting monthly hedge pressure right now by proxy, so keep an eye out. You got some volatility. You did have MHP break on VIX, so this is a caution for the bull side. Market's okay here. So this could actually, I might stand corrected. this actually could be a worse day than we think. Market seems stable after yesterday's move, but VIX itself is a little cautionary. Now, this type of liquidity map you see on the side is not necessarily the most bullish one. This song sounds stupid. Let me take it off the playlist. So with volatility being a trigger, not that it's likely, but this could actually be a possible selling day today if VIX continues to move higher. The problem is that it's unlikely to move really fast. Inside of any hedge breaks can create some momentum, but you've got all bear zone in here. So VIX is like designed today to pull back. This is a very strong bear signal on VIX. So if the VIX breaking MHP, though, is a volatility caution, this could create some thinness in the market. The market could find some selling pressure. White shirt today is a boring day. Is this a white shirt? It's more like, I'd say like it's more like a cream shirt. Maybe it's like a cream color. This is one of my club shirts. Like the mRNAs. Yeah, I'll take a look at it real quick. Like, this is like what I would normally wear when I go out to a club or something with like a sports jacket around it. Like just like a nice t-shirt. Looks good with slacks. mRNA. Actually think I slept in this shirt last night. Okay. Even more boring. It's so boring. Right here, look, mRNA is bear side strengthening, bull side weakening. So mRNA is just supporting this downward path, probably until the next. See how it just kind of moved down. Was this? Do we have earnings today? Is that what this was? Weak, very weak. So when the bull side is sloping up from the bottom and the bear side is sloping up from the top, it's just basically bearish leg. Kind of like how this was a bearish leg. This is a bearish leg, bearish month for the most part. Again, you have to read the monthly map every day and you'll get that detail. But you see how the data is pretty solid right there. Yeah, you're going to keep VIX on the side of my profile right here. Okay. VIX is not going to want to be bad. It's going to want to contain itself, but breaking MHP is a caution on VIX. Do they cut their spendings? Oh, really? Okay. mRNA. VIX is back into the safety zone. That's good. Good for the market. There's no actionability today. I want to see bull zone tap. For whatever reason I can get it, I'd love to see that is a good support and that is a good support. Actually, the trade is from here to there. With negative res. Resilience has nothing to do with the market selling off. Keep that in mind. It has everything to do with what the market is doing inside of here. Negative res can still pop up and it's going to interact with that, which I think is going to happen first. Market's going to move right back up to that half gap. No real reason to try to bet right here. I'm gonna wait till it touches and then grab some futures. That's the play. JP Morgan, financials, XLF. All right. So breaking through MHP, right? When you break through MHP, we talked about yesterday, the market can just be very nasty. So there are no walls to support it anywhere close. JP Morgan's just kind of gross in breaking that. Now, as we take a sanity check here, the XLF is showing signs of life. As we're sitting here, it looks like the S&P. So basically, JP Morgan's likely to get a rescue and prevent itself from selling off from here. And that's what's happening. There's that move I just drew a second ago on S&P. Oops. The question is, with the resilience negative, do I want to take a short? From here to here, res negative wants to stay down there. There's no irrational signal, so I'm expecting this to not rally too hard from here. Do I want to take a stab at it? Not sure, but the thing is that the shape like this, the market is just literally trying to hold. So let's see what happens when this gets here. I hate days like this. Miss your pivot. Kind of like tidy little range. VIX collapsed below MHP, so VIX is back into the safety zone. No actionability off of this. I can't see any kind of trade to take from here. Nothing yet. I'm not touching it. Nothing yet. So typically, patterns like this, just FYI, these overnight highs, a lot of times it likes to do this. And if resilience is still negative, and then it kind of pulls back, it doesn't just crash out from here. So I'm looking for, I'm looking for this to interact with the bottom of the bull zone down here. If this test fails, which this test is about to happen right now, stocks gap down, they're being gobbled right back up. Let's see if we can get. Nasdaq was particularly strong today. Nasdaq is testing the overnight highs. So I'm going to have that kind of bullish feel to it today, I feel like. No real bear signs just yet. that negative resilience had me thinking I'd get a pretty decent dip to buy, get the 552.5. We got right up close to it, but we actually never touched it. Normally I would have taken that long with like a small position. But the idea was that it pivoted a little earlier than my target, so I didn't act on it. I would have grabbed like one contract long on it. Oh man, I have regret. I was like, that's the dip I wanted to take. It's like it's so close to it. Talked myself out of doing it. There's testing that overnight high. I think we still go a little higher. 55.84 S&P was that impact line. Drawn here. What's going on with Tradeovate today? Are you having like login issues or data issues? That's so strange if people claim the mic is super quiet. Maybe my noise gate is like not being so forgiving. For whatever reason, everybody's saying my mic is quiet, but on Zoom they're saying it's fine. I don't know what's going on. It's fine when I talk into it. Yeah. I have to talk like, directly into the mic. When I turn my head, it gets a little quiet. We still have, this is still the problematic part, so we might actually get that little pop there. I still think this is possible today. If this stays below there, that's the one caution today on the bull side, is that you have the index again getting squeezed on that second day from yesterday's move. This is still negative. Market cap is still fluxing down here. So this wants to be there. Yeah. Mm. Hmm. Another thing, I have a doctor's appointment today, so I can't stay too long. I got to leave in about 25, give or take, minutes to get there. It's usually, my mic is usually louder. Oh, it's so weird what's going on with it. I have no idea. It's gonna be a little unusual. Market still has the desire to pull back a little tiny bit. Kind of have overshot the open price. The stocks catch up. The index is moving first again today, and the stocks have caught up. If this line is above 0, then that's not going to happen. Today, balance point here, target to the upside if you're long. VIX has fallen below the safety zone, so market's likely not going to find any easy volatility. Careful with the docs. I have to get follow-up blood work. This is like my whole high blood pressure thing. They're trying to make sure I'm like doing well with the medication and all that. My blood pressure was crazy high. last year. I never taken like medicine or anything my whole life, and everybody in my family takes it. It's like a genetic thing. My ideal long would have been from right here. Ideally long. I wanted that. This is what I wanted. I wanted that one right there. You're out. See you this afternoon if you're on. Yeah, I'll be back later. You're at 150 over 100 on your blood pressure. That's not too bad. Slightly high-ish, but not too bad. That's very manageable. I was floating at 200 plus over like 130 at times, at the worst times, for what it just got like super high before I got on medication for it. All right. Question is, with that resilience hitting that resistance right here, do we hit that target and pull back? Doesn't look like we're going to get much selling pressure from here unless the VIX starts to move again. Another confusing day, so this is not very conclusive. I didn't chase the short. I'm not chasing the long. With negative resilience, I expect this to kind of be down in here. High target of the day is there. It's going to require, needs this number above 0. It's close. It's trying to get there. Low target. They're kind of just like in this weird sandwich. If you were to like ask me to take a bet, I'd err to the long side. Things are pretty good today, but nothing yet. I wouldn't do anything from here. This is gonna be like an internal day, I feel, unless certain things change. What am I looking for? Any more news today? Just before I get out of here. Nothing this week. There's a little bit of pullback to the lower target. Hard to find some trades in this one, to be honest. Yeah. Wow, there goes. Res less than 0. It's finally taken off. What the fudge is going on here? Wait, is there getting some news event? Hold on. This has got to be news. What's going on here? That's interesting. What is going on here? Nat gas is really the only thing that changed. I don't see any news. What? Anybody out there got a scoop on some news here? I don't see anything. The market just sold pretty hard. But I mean, it's realizing the negative resilience low target. So something's selling there. That's that little line I drew for that. No new. I don't see anything either. Again, this isn't the sign of a market sell-off. This is just filling the gap. That's what's expected. People are probably gonna buy the dip from here. Just testing. High target there. The target there. Earthquake in Cali, maybe? Nasdaq just went negative. That's what that created a little bit of this. So some stocks in the Nasdaq are selling. Let's see who it is. Let's go to the scanner. Break down. Let's see who it is. Amazon's one of them. A little bit of tanky tank on Amazon. Microsoft, the same. I don't think this is a sell-off signal. Typically, whatever giant candles like this with no news, usually people are going to buy that dip. All right, somebody just fat finger dumped a bunch of stock. Market still has the flow to try to push higher. Hold on one second. Candles like that don't normally start a sell-off. There's just some... You do something with rollover. Hard to say. I think the market just quickly is testing that volatility. Usually candles like this don't start a sell-off. Usually candles like this find a bid and people buy it up, but no news, no event. Looks like some stocks just got dumped and the dynamics shifted. Resilience is less than 0. PQQ hit a higher target. Yeah, like this is just like a flat, choppy day. It's not really worth trading in this range. We still have a little bit of time left on European close. But I say the VIX needs to move for the market to move. Isn't VIX a derivative of S to be lagging indicator? So VIX is more okay. So think of it like this: VIX is an equation based on SPX options. That's it. It doesn't necessarily correlate with the market direction, but it correlates with the supply and demand of those SPX options. So if VIX can be traded, which these ETFs like UVXY and VXX and all these ones like that are tradable, you can see people's demand of the VIX itself as a tradable thing, and you can bet on the direction of the VIX based on essentially you're basically betting on the supply and demand of the options through proxy. So VIX by itself doesn't predict any kind of movement in the market, but VIX has a liquidity map that can predict flow in those VIX instruments that can predict is the VIX going to go higher or lower. If the VIX is going to go higher, then the market's more easily able to break its structure than if the VIX is going lower, the market's likely to hold structure harder. So like VIX is more like change in the VIX, and liquidity maps can like forecast is the VIX going to change to the upside or to the downside. Right. So right now with this big crazy candle like we just had, there's no volatility to go with it. So that's why I'm saying like usually candles like this tend to hold off and don't reverse the market, because while we had a little spike in VIX, the VIX itself is not hitting any like breakpoints to really scare me out of or scare me right now. Yeah, it's a great question. Like I would say that like because these instruments are tradable, you can see the flow on these. And again, this is everything's all kind of connected and tethered together in some way, kind of market wide. So because of that, if the VIX has upward flow, then you can predict that there's a dynamic change in the S&P in general. Yeah, options premiums always move first. Yeah. But typically you'll have, you know, pricing algorithms out there pricing the VIX instruments to equal what they believe it should be priced at based on what the options premiums and the SPX are doing. So it all kind of moves together. But if people are like, if the VIX is going up because people are buying, or sorry, if the VIX instrument is going up because people are buying like volatility instrument, example, if UVXY's demand goes way up because people are buying that thing, they have calls in that thing, which is forcing the call sellers to buy. Likely they're doing that before they're anticipating some selling. Maybe they have some inside news, or maybe they themselves are going to sell the market. So a lot of times you'll see like VIX can be not VIX, but the VIX instruments themselves could be earlier warning indicators of future moves. So like I want to go load up on VIX monthly calls or UVXY calls or something like that before I decide to sell 2/3 of my hedge fund. Something like that, you know. What's up, Frank? Can you hear me? Voice is choppy on YouTube. .1 in Malibu, California earthquake. Ah, could be it. Boring day, no trades today. With no volatility, dips like this likely get bought up, but the resilience is still negative, so I was going to say that it's very possible that we're back down in here today. Cross the barrier back down to here. All right, you guys, I love y'all. Don't forget to come to the Zoom calls. Every day we covered MHP yesterday. Today's going to be even cooler. Don't forget. I got to get out of here and run to the doctor. No trades today, nothing. If I were to make a call, I think that we are probably going to have a little bit of downward pressure if we don't get this resilience greater than 0. Stocks are not filling their gap to the upside as fast as we'd like to see them, so we'll see how that goes. Qualcomm before I go. My bad. It's kind of chopping around hedge pressure. It's probably going to do that all day today. Nothing crazy. Its liquidity map shows volatility. Its monthly map shows volatility, so it's a little nerve-wracking, but yeah, probably flat and choppy today. Digestion day, yeah, pretty much. Mark's going to digest yesterday's move and figure out what it's going to do next. All right, love you guys. Got to get out of here. Doctor's appointment. We'll see y'all later. Zoom call, 3 o'clock Eastern. Thank you guys. We'll see y'all later.